I was named after a point in Artillery Lake at up in the Barren Grounds, which originally the point is called DachoPooleFINAL, which just means where the caribou cross. It's located on the east arm of Great Slave Lake. We have about just over 300 community members. Growing up in an isolated community can be challenging at times because there's no roads and it's just to fly in and or go by boat in the summer or by skidoo in the winter. It's kind of underdeveloped, you can say. We have housing problems, but so does many other people in different communities. For the longest while, we didn't really have much to do for the youth when I was growing up. So we had to do a lot of our own things, like playing soccer outdoors and just things like swimming and like canoeing and trying to stay out of trouble. But then again, like I said, it's never easy, especially when you're doing the same things every day. It can be overcome. So it's safe to say that again, I'd have to ask more of my peers and friends how it was for them, so I can't really touch base on what they might have gone through. But most of the time, it's always good to be out on the land because we have such a beautiful country where we live. About really staying positive and continuing practicing traditional culture and finding ways to stay active and out of trouble. Well, most of the time it's just about everything that you need to survive out on the land and live a prosperous life. Things like hunting, trapping, fishing. Like you said, when you skin the animals, tanning and fleshing the hides, which is something my mom's really big into. You have to learn these things right at a young age so that you have a better understanding of being prepared when you're older. Things like going out in the barren lands and paying respect to the land, the water, because everything comes from the land. Like the caribou, like our people evolved around them and many other wildlife because the caribou did so much. It fed us, clothed us, we made tools out of what was left over. Nothing was ever taken for granted or wasted. So, but nowadays things are so much different. With development and colonization. So it's always important to, how they say, walk in both worlds. Well, back home, everyone always looks out for each other and helps. So I learned a lot, mostly from my stepfather, Adrian Nataway, his name is, and also my actual father, Brian Sanderson. Many of my uncles and aunts, like everyone just tries to teach everyone as much as they can back home, because then that's what leads to such a prosperous life living out on the land. Everyone gives insight on everything all the time, because everybody always has to help each other, such as it says in the DNA laws. I've learned from many of elders and, like I said, family members. It's best to learn when you're engaging in these types of things, and then because you learn from your mistakes. The biggest concern would probably be due to basically just human development, because people have a way of disrupting the surrounding area and the wildlife. But I can't really say that I'm much too worried about it now, but I have a feeling that as I get older, water is such a big, important aspect of life. For us, if we didn't have it, anyone would be alive without it. And things like hearing about the water being like so bad down south and contaminated, that people can't even drink from their own tap water. And like, yeah, just I know that one day water is going to be the most valuable thing to anyone. So I'm kind of worried because I want to make sure that we preserve it as best we can, like our elders have done for us, so that future generations can, yeah, ultimately thrive and learn to live off the land as my parents did and I did. And yeah, hopefully I could teach them as best as I can when I'm older. But I'm still learning every day, so one day at a time, I suppose. Chippewa is what the colonizers first gave that name to us, but before they came, we were just simply known as Dene. But then they ended up calling us Chippewa people, so if you really want to put a label on it, I guess that's it. I know of a few kids who can, younger than me actually, but due to intergenerational trauma from like stuff like residential schools and like, because the church's prime directive was to kill the Indian in our people and destroy our way of life. And I mean, so I can barely even imagine, much less speak about what they have gone through, because that was before my time. But I'm grateful nonetheless for everything that our elders have gone through and the best that they've done to preserve our way of life. Many of the elders still continue to speak it fluently. Like I said, I only know like less than a handful of kids who know how to speak it. I have trouble understanding to this day, but there are a few phrases and words I can say, but no, I do not know how to speak Chippewa fluently. Well, I hope that one day people will come together hand in hand in this world and see that all the cause and harm that's being done to the environment. Because every day it seems just like people continue to take and take without giving anything back, disrupting the land and whatnot, and the wildlife. It's just like the caribou, how their numbers were cut down by the thousands over the years due to like mine development and disrupting the migration routes. I just really hope that one day everyone just comes together and hopes to build a better future for the young ones, because you know they're going to be the ones left here when we're all gone. So really, we should be leaving this world as it was left for us. People that will be here after us should really be living it the same way the people that did before them. So I hope that we all continue to work together and strive for a prosperous life and preserve our way of life, heritage, and culture. I mean, it's a tough job, but nothing's impossible. It's all about taking that first step, which is basically all the problems that are being addressed here at the Dene Nation Assembly. Because like they say, water is life, and we wouldn't be here without the animals, the creator.